back to the channel. Tonight we are out in the wilds of Northumberland. We're going to do a bit of bass fishing. What about another 2 hours just on little high water. Conditions are quite flat, so we're hoping we can pull someone out, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we've got a good chance tonight, to be honest with you. It's coming into dusk as the tide's coming up towards top water. Top water will be into the dark, so still going to stay here through the dark a bit and pull some lures and just see if we can get amongst something. So yeah, I think conditions look good.
Yeah.
Fingers
crossed. So it's flat, it's fairly clear. I'm going to start with a patch 125, the 500G. What you going for?
And I'm going to start on the surface, which I normally do, but I'm going to have a go. So, and I'm on a IMA salt skimmer, so I'm just going to try that for a little bit and then just see if we get on.
Great. Well, hopefully we'll come at you with a fish. Rod and reel usual tail walk, 8'7". I've just filled this rhenium up with some of the Suffolk's Gore braid, the 13 strand stuff. I've gone for the low vis green and the 18-pound stuff. First time I've used Suffolk's, I usually go for other stuff, but just had a few casts and it looks pretty good, feels pretty good, so hopefully we can get a fish on it.
Well, I've decided to change lures. I was on the top water on the salt skimmer. To be honest with you, well, I've got my first seagull of the year, shall we say. So I've switched off and I've went subsurface now. Now I've just had a Savage Gear pencil on and I did have a little tap on that, but we've just seen some fish jumping quite far out. So I'm going to try and go for range. And the lure I'm just going to go for a Savage Gear Seeker. It's like a bit of like a black chrome effect. They've got great action in the water, these, and I have had quite a few bass on these. So give this a go, let's see what happens. There's got to be mackerel or something out in it. I'll be surprised if we don't get a mackerel.
Gary's just had a hit on that seeker first cast. I've just seen a flurry of activity on the surface over here to my left, so I've got about roughly an hour at high water. It's getting dark all the time. We're just saying it looks absolutely perfect now. The only thing spoiling it is that bloody dog behind her.
Yep. The dog's going for a swim shortly if it doesn't decide to go inside its little candle and go to sleep.
Come on, come on.
So David's got a fish.
So, just decided to have a little change of spot. First chuck with this surface lure, had 2 splashes, kept winding. Third time, fish took the lure. Probably, I don't know what, pound and a quarter, something like that.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Lovely condition fish on that surface lure, right as the tide's coming in, right as it's getting dark. Let's get back out.
Well, it's not exactly what I was after, but there we have little coalie. Yeah, so I'm just going to run through a couple of the lures I've been using tonight. So, first lure that I've just been using now is this. It's a Mega Bass Spindle Worm in white. These are really good lures, great action in the water. It's dark now, pitch black, as you can probably tell. But there's quite a bit of depth of water in front of me now, so I'm just going to switch this out and I'm going to switch it to a white Savage Gear Seeker. Now, what I do like about the Savage Gear Seekers is you get the choice of 2 hooks. They come with a treble or they come with a single chin hook for the back. Oh, well, it's not really a chin hook, it's more like well, it is a bit of a chin hook cross with a J hook, I guess. But I do like that idea because obviously as I release all the bass I catch, I'll always take the treble off and I'll stick the single on the back there. I think you get a better hook up anyway, a good single bottom jaw, top jaw, and it makes it easier to get the fish off and get it back anyway. So we'll stick that on, cast it out, get it as far as I can, take it through the water column at various depths, and let's just see if there's anything out there.
So while Gary's away trying that seeker, I've snuck in behind him and I'm just coming to have a little spy through his lure box. We've got quite a selection of stuff here. So we've got a patch, an IMA salt skimmer, a selection of Savage Gear pencils. These are absolutely lethal, those things. Some nice soft plastics, Savage Gear paddle tail, very, very good. Mega bass spindle, the material on those is so soft and supple, and it's got this sort of jointed, articulated bit. And I think that might actually be the lure that Gary had his 9-pound bass on, 73 centimetres in Devon, so that one's probably been retired. Nice Komomo too, and like a mullet colour. So this is bass number 2 on the patch. I heard the swirls before I could actually before I could see them. I think this one might be. Go. Whoops. Ah, that is a bit bigger. Yeah, it's maybe what, £1.75. Nailed that patch. I heard him swirl once or twice and then bang. Oh, spines on him. Look at that. Prime Northumberland bass. Just before dark, just on the Patchinko there. Let's get him back. He's away. Right. Well, it's now 20 to 10. Almost dark, completely dark. The surface activity seems to have quietened right off. So what I'm going to opt for is a lure that can be deadly in the dark, which is the good old Komomo 2 Joker flashing plate. I don't know if you can see that in the light there. The action on these in these calm conditions and the flash is absolutely brilliant. And I've started using these breakaway lure clips. I was using the sort of HTO, I don't know, like corkscrew ones, I guess. But I was fishing the other day, working a 140 patch in a little sort of short chop, and the lure just worked itself clean off the clip. So after a little bit of cursing and a bit of a tantrum, I've switched over, and I've got to say that's the last time I'll be using those clips. So anyway, Komomo 2 flashing plate. Let's see if we can pick something up from just under the surface. Right, well, nothing on Mr. Joker flashing plate. And what I do like to do with my lures, because I'm a little bit OCD for this, was like to just pour a bit of fresh over the trebles and the split rings and the joint, the metal that goes into the plug, because I do feel that it just prolongs the life of your lures a little bit more. Right, he can go back in there to sleep for the night, and out of slumber is going to be Mr. Albi Snack, which is an unbelievably simple lure. They're an American company, I think, Fish Snacks, and these are actually Fish Snacks hooks. This is a 6-0 and they've got a pretty lethal point and barb on them. That's just fished weedless and weightless, and that will cast a surprisingly decent distance, and you just white retrieve them really slow, and they've just got this lovely slalom action, and that's a really soft material. You get a cracking. They've got a slight intentional kind of banana bend to them, which gives them sort of movement in the water. So let's clip this on and see. It's 10:20 now. High water was at about 5 to 10, so the tide should be turning. It's gone pretty dead with the slack water period, but let's just hope something happens. I think I've just heard Gary say that he's seen a sea trout jump as well, so let's see what we can do. Well, after those initial fish, a couple of bass, coalie for Gary, and a load of activity in the water early on, we carried on fishing into the darkness, but it just went completely dead. Tide started to ebb, so we'll call it a day. But it was a nice, enjoyable evening to be out. Always satisfying to get a bass in the northeast, especially up in Northumberland. So, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, subscribing. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and we'll see you soon.